What ho, pudding-breasted feces eaters, 'tis I, your lord and master, Mr. Chayification, and today we are bringing you another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. But it's not just any Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary, it's now officially the Christmas update. And this year I'm not actually playing with Santa today. He wasn't on the server, which was a bit of a letdown because I was expecting there to be a Santa. Okay, now, first things first, I'm going to tell you a tiny little story. Since man first thought to look up at the sky, there has been the moon. And with it, the eternal question, how do I light that moon on fire? First things first, you'd step one, which is to attack the moon, which just got a lot easier thanks to many space-friendly weapons and items in Dr. Grodbort's Moonman pack. Now, if you didn't know what that was, that is officially the pyro update for Dr. Grodbert and his weirdly, oddly strange weaponry he seems to keep bringing out on TF2. And I think I just got achievement number 2 as well. Bing! Achievement number 2 of the day. Thank God for that. Anyway, so, first things first, there was a soldier update. Now, unfortunately here, I do die. If I hadn't have pulled out that bloody thing there, that would have worked. I probably would have killed him. But anyway, let's just go over what you get with the pyro update, shall we? First things first, you get this map right here. This is Foundry. And it's CP Foundry, I believe. As you can see down the bottom, capture points, and these go on for quite a while. Now, thankfully, this map, this level, didn't go on for too long. It did go on for a while, but not as long as some of the other ones were. So, praise be to Jesus and all that. We got a decently sized thing. Anyway, I digress. What are we doing? Right. Anyway, so first things first, you get the 3rd degree, which is a rather over the top fluorescent-looking fire axe, which basically damage transfers to all players connected by medic beams. So, I don't know. I can't. This is a weird weapon for me. I can't seem to come across a reason to ever use it, unless you happen to come across a. As far as I'm aware, as long as the person is being healed by a medic, if you hit the guy, then the medic gets hurt, and vice versa. I can never come across an actual situation where I think to myself, "Ooh, I know. I'm going to pull out the 3rd degree." I have it equipped anyway, just in case something does come up. But all in all, nah, not really an interesting enough weapon for me. However, that's. Oh Christ! I just dropped something. That is swiftly put aside with the new flamethrower. There you go, which is aptly named the oh Christ, the Phlogistinator. The Phlogistinator, which is a brilliantly sounding name for a gun, and it looks pretty damn awesome. Well, it's caked in bloody Grodbort memorabilia, but anyway, it has no air blast, which is nice. It has no random critical hits, which is okay, but all fire damage you do increases your meter, which is activated, refills your health to full, and gives you crits for all of about 5 seconds or so. Which, in all fairness, is bloody brilliant. It's basically the Pyro's version of the Soda Popper for the Scout, but is considerably better because it's just. There is very, very little down points to this gun. And all in all, I find this update is kind of taking TF2 back to its roots by removing a lot of the stuff that has come back. For example, the engineer's wrench, you can no longer pick up a weapon, which you couldn't do when TF2 was first released. You know, that I can't even remember when that update came out. But same with this gun, it's now just you and the flamethrower. It's no longer this effing air blast. I've no idea how I lived it. It's no longer this bloody air blast which you managed to accumulate. Now, if you look down the bottom corner, my meter is full. Now, you have to right-click to activate it, which gives you crits, full health, everything. It's just incredibly mental. You just go, especially timed with a bloody Uber, this thing is unstoppable. It is possibly, as you'll see later on, it is possibly one of the most amazing weapons for clearing out a room of people. Not just clearing them out as in getting them to run away, clearing them out as in ending their life and just making them cease to be. There will be ex-TF2 players until of course they spawn again, but it's brilliant. This is the first weapon I think of Pyro's ever been updated which I actually like. Which I think, okay, that's actually a good weapon. You know, if you time it well, it's a very, very team-based. If you're chatting on Skype or something, it's very good for that. Here we go again, loading it back in again. That full health thing is very good at the moment. That's probably going to get nerfed. Did see the heavy over here, and that's why I ran away, thinking, oh god, I only had 20 something else. Called the medic, Mr. Simok, thank you, and I go and flame him down from behind instead. And we're going to dominating on you, Cannon Blast Lamp. That's an intriguingly strange name. We got a nice kill on Mr. Diesel as well. Now, the 3rd weapon you get is the Man Melter 3600 ZX. Yeah, that's a mouthful. The Man Melter 3600 ZX. And it is an indivisible particle smasher, is what it's known as. It does not require ammo, its projectiles cannot be deflected, and it gives one guaranteed crit hit for each teammate extinguished by this weapon. Now, I've not actually managed to extinguish anyone with this weapon yet. It's not easy, because you have to be pretty good, unless of course you're a good aim with the flare gun, what's it anyway. That's about the only time I find when you're going to be good with that gun. It's good in general. It's pretty much exactly the same as any other flare gun. It looks considerably more futuristic and pointy. The projectile comes out fine. The only difference is I find the projectile fires, the reload speed, put in commas, whatever, finger things, is a lot slower. Now there is a point later on where you see me firing at a guy in a sentry gun, and that is firing as quick as I can physically fire. I'm spamming the mouse button there. But I will tell you about that at a later date. Now, of course, there you go, that's about the only time I actually ever hit someone with that weapon, but of course, they all have their own downsides, in all fairness. I would not be surprised. I mean, this flamethrower doesn't really have a downside, but it will probably get nerfed because it is quite powerful. I'd be very surprised if the replacement for the flare gun gets nerfed, aka the Man Melter, because all in all I find that's quite a balanced gun. What else do we get? Oh, of course, we get the bubble pipe and the Moonman backpack. Now, the bubble pipe is basically just a fishbowl with a pipe kind of fixed in it, which you can smoke, and it does smoke, like the soldier's one. And the backpack is sort of looks a little bit like a rocket sort of thing. It's kind of rocket based, if you get my drift. Another moment there of where I got some nice amount of kills by using the meter with the Uber. It works extremely well, basically. It is a very, very good mix if you can get both of those. It works very well indeed. Oh my god, I'm talking too much, I'm running out of saliva. Hang on a sec. Take a breather, okay. Okay, anyway, where are we? So yeah, other bits and bobs you get are like the fishbowl with the pipe and the funky looking backpack. Whenever I use my meter, which should be in a moment, you will see. Now I do notice I go run back here thinking that someone is going to catch the point, and I come around the corner and there's just confetti and gore everywhere, so I think, okay, he's obviously dead. Do get a couple of kills. Well, we don't get a couple of kills here, sorry. We get a couple, well, we set a couple of people on fire to kind of stop them from sort of coming through, but it doesn't really work. I'm completely lost in where I am in the game because I've been looking at a different screen, trying to tell you what everything is. I will be doing an engineer one. The engineer one is very difficult to come up with gameplay for because it's very, very different. This is what I mean. This is as quick as this gun fires. It's quite slow, but it's definitely one of those guns which I find is situation based. It's not one you'd run around with. It's sort of one you just kind of flick out. If you're good using the normal flare gun, then you're going to be pretty good with this thing as well. I don't believe it does a crit on people that are already on fire. But that doesn't matter, because all in all, okay, there you go, pointy sort of looking backpacky thing. It's a bit more futuristic. It's got the funky sort of 60s looking futuristic, like on the back of that gun, the twiddly thing. All in all, I'm enjoying this update so far. I have not yet bought any keys. I don't know. I have a crate. Someone gave it to me yesterday. Thank you. I believe it was Sum who gave it to me. I did try and put him out, but I missed. But yeah, I do have a crate. I just am yet to purchase a key. I don't know if I want to yet. That might happen at a later date. I've got till January, so yeah, that could happen. That could happen. Game is coming to an end now, chaps and chapettes. Yeah, it's gone quite a good game actually. It's been good fun. Like I said, unfortunately I die here, but like I said, we'll be getting engineer stuff out as soon as I can. I promise you that. I will probably play again a little bit later and see if I can get some engineer stuff. I have tried it, but it's difficult, kind of. Considering how engineers have been in recent days, it's a little bit more difficult. Now we do manage to get a stalemate. I do come second with 36 points and 38 points. I can safely say that was my doing as well. Don't want to say anything too much. But there we go. We use our noisemakers to cause a bit of havoc. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed everything about it. I will no doubt be playing on Foundry again in the future. It is a very good map and a very enjoyable map. So I shall see you when I see you, when I see you, when I see you, when I see you, when I see you. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe and bring out of breath. And do everything else which is on that little bit of screenery there. Toodle pip, my friends. I'm going to go and get some oxygen.